The Śūraṅgama Sutra, Volume 10. Because of this speculation, he will lose proper and pervasive knowledge, fall into externalism, and become confused about the body nature. Second, perhaps this person sees no cause for the end of life. And why? Since he perceives the origin of life, he believes that people are always born as people, and birds are always born as birds, that crows have always been black and swans have always been white, that humans and gods have always stood upright, and animals have always walked on 4 legs, that whiteness does not come from being washed, and blackness does not come from being dyed. He says, "As I now examine to the end of this life, I find the same holds true. In fact, I have never seen body, so how can there be such a thing as the attainment of body? You should now realize that there is no cause for the existence of any phenomena. Because of this speculation, he will lose proper and pervasive knowledge, fall into externalism, and become confused about the body nature." This is the first externalist teaching, in which one postulates the absence of cause. Ananda, in his practice of samadhi, such a good person's mind is unmoving, clear, and proper, and can no longer be disturbed by demons. He can thoroughly investigate the origin of all categories of beings, and contemplate the source of the subtle, fleeting, and constant fluctuation. But if he begins to speculate on its pervasive constancy, he could fall into error with 4 theories of pervasive permanence. 1. First, as this person thoroughly investigates the mind and its states, he may conclude that both are causeless. Through his cultivation, he knows that in 20,000 eons, as living beings in the 10 directions undergo endless rounds of production and destruction, they are never annihilated. Therefore he speculates that the mind and its states are permanent. Second, as this person thoroughly investigates the source of the 4 elements, he may conclude that they are permanent in nature. Through his cultivation, he knows that in 40,000 eons, as living beings in the 10 directions undergo production and destruction, their substances exist permanently and are never annihilated. Therefore he speculates that this situation is permanent. Third, as this person thoroughly investigates the 6th sense faculty, the manas and the consciousness that grasps and receives, he concludes that the origin of mind, intellect, and consciousness is permanent. Through his cultivation, he knows that in 80,000 eons, as all living beings in the 10 directions revolve in transmigration, this origin is never destroyed and exists permanently. Investigating this undestroyed origin, he speculates that it is permanent.